Welcome people, we end up back yet again with another video. In today's video, I'll be discussing the death of Chelsea's season and what that means for the fans, as well as the objective failure of the owners to deliver success up until this point, right? I think at this level, at this point in time, it's very objective to say that the owners have failed thus far. I don't think it's a subjective thing where some people feel like, oh no, they succeeded. Some people feel like they haven't succeeded. I think we can all see that they have failed. So that is what this video will be dealing with. But before I get into that, let's speak about where I've been over the last week. So we played on the, what day was it? On the 26th. Was it the 26th? No, the 25th of February, right? Last week, Sunday. And we lost, unfortunately. Now, I think the way we lost was the biggest problem. It was very, very dismal. It was very disappointing. And after the game, I had to work on a submission for one of my courses, so that's what I did. The Monday that followed, went out to watch a UCT rugby game, which I actually kind of enjoyed here and there. And then other days in the week, I was quite occupied with work. So that's why I'm making this video now for you guys, and I didn't make it earlier on. Now, we did play midweek against Leeds in the FA Cup 5th round. We won 3-2. Didn't watch the game. Gonna be honest, I didn't watch the game. And I wasn't going to. Just because of the fact that I knew that I had to catch up with work, and I really felt as though the boys weren't going to be serious. Some way, somehow, I just thought to myself, these guys are not going to be serious about us, the fans. So why am I going to sacrifice time that I could be using to catch up my work for statistics? It doesn't make sense, you know? So I decided not to watch that game. And the game yesterday, I also didn't watch, right? Now, the reason I didn't watch that game is because I had to make a decision. F1 or Chelsea. Now, obviously, you watch Chelsea, there's content. Whether we win, lose, or draw, there's content. But at the same time, I thought to myself, it's a new season of F1. I want to see what happens. And Chelsea aren't exactly doing much, right? Staying mid-table, game after game after game. I might as well watch this one time and support the boys in spirit, if that makes sense. So that's where I've been recently. But I wanted to release this video because I feel like the state of the club right now cannot just be ignored. We need to talk about this. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Last week, Sunday, we had our inexperienced team coming up against a mixed team, a mixed Liverpool team in terms of experience. Because what you had is quite a few Liverpool players out. The likes of Darwin Núñez, Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alisson Becker. Those kind of players, that caliber of players were out, right? They weren't able to compete against Chelsea last Saturday in the Carabao Cup final. However, you still had your Virgil van Dijks, you still had your Konates, you had your McAllisters, you had your Endos, you had your Luis Diaz's. Who else was up there? Luis Diaz. Who else? I'm forgetting a few of the other players that played for Liverpool on the day. But anyways, you had those caliber of players and Andy Robertson as well. And when you look at it, you could say, okay, Liverpool have a few injury issues, so they have to field the young players. But at the same time, they have quite a few experienced guys there that can hold it down and show the youngsters how it's done. So they are handicapped by the injuries, but it's not the end of the world. Then you look at our squad with quite a few young players who have probably never played in finals before. However, the advantage that we had going into the game is these young players of ours have been in the first team squad for months and weeks and months on end, right? For example, if you're to look at a Mudryk, he's been with Chelsea since January 2023. It was February 2024 when the cup final was being played. It's now March 2024. So, as much as he's a young player, he's been with the team for a while now, right? He knows how this works. He's used to playing regularly in the first team, whereas the Liverpool youngsters were not used to that. So that was the dynamics going into the game. Now, in terms of the game itself, the things that I saw that I didn't like. First of all, we made so many mistakes. So many mistakes in the first 15 to 20 minutes. And after every mistake, I was like thinking to myself, okay, they need to get better, they need to get better, they need to get things under control. They were not getting things under control. They kept making mistakes, they kept messing up within that 15 to 20-minute period. And we were very, very lucky that Liverpool didn't capitalize on their chances. That's the first thing I didn't like. The amount of mistakes being made. The players looked as if they had never been there before. And many of them had never been there before, and I get it. But at least when you're in the situation, don't show that this is your first time here, bro. Act like you've been here before. And they didn't do that. So that was the first thing. The second thing is, on the counter, did we present danger? Yes, we did. Of course we did. However, when it comes to burying chances, we can't bury chances to save our lives. And it's annoying. Whether it's Nicholas Jackson, Raheem Sterling, Conor Gallagher, who missed a hat-trick of good chances actually in the game. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, a lot of people within the squad, they just fluff chances, bro. And it's so annoying because Chelsea have had a finishing problem for so many years. I can even take it back to the Lampard days when he first came to Chelsea in the 1920 season. Even then, we had finishing problems, and we still have them to this day. It's an institutional problem, and it needs to be fixed. Because if it's not fixed, then we will keep going to finals, year after year after year, and we will walk away losers year after year after year because we're gonna get chances in those finals and we won't take them, bro. We won't take them. And that kind of lack of clinical finishing is partly the reason that we are where we are in the table in terms of being 11th. It's not the only reason for sure, but it's one of the big ones. So the first thing was the amount of mistakes we were making defensively, just giving the ball away to Liverpool early on in that game. Second of all, we lack clinical finishing. Third of all, I felt like we were reckless at times. For example, especially Moises Caicedo, with his tackling technique, he was fouling the Liverpool players time and time and time and again. And you're thinking, at some point he's going to get a yellow card and it's going to be deserved. It will be 100% deserved for him to get this yellow. And he wasn't getting the yellow. The referee is being very lenient and very nice to him. If you're looking at it objectively, extremely lenient with him. And he just kept doing what he was doing and not taking more caution. That really annoyed me as well. Then, the last thing that annoyed me and the thing that cost us the trophy in the end. After the game, Poch said, oh, the team was happy to play for extra time. No, the team was happy to play for penalties during extra time. And if you watched us during extra time, we backed off. Liverpool were taking off their more experienced players, putting on younger players, but we were backing off. And we were letting them have the ball, letting them control the game, and just being really passive. Meanwhile, what we should have been doing was noticing that a lot of their experienced players are coming off the field. That is our time to basically run at these young players, get in behind them, and score a goal and win the final. That's what we should have been doing. So what that demonstrated to me is that we lack killer instinct. We lack killer instinct, and because we lack the killer instinct, we lost the final due to a Virgil van Dijk header in the 118th minute. If we had just decided to go after them and actually score just one chance, bro, would have won. But no, they decided they wanted to play for penalties, even though Liverpool were bringing on kids, and ultimately we lost. And after the game, certain men like Gary Neville are calling Chelsea what did he call us? He called us the blue billion-pound bottle jobs. And can I fight that? Can I dispute that? Can I refute it? No, I can't. There's no rebuttal. There's absolutely no rebuttal because he's very much correct. We are billion-pound bottle jobs. We spent £1 billion since Todd Bowley has come in on transfers, and all we have to show for it is mid-table mediocrity. We couldn't secure the Carabao Cup against Liverpool's youngsters, against the academy. In the league, we're in 11th place right now. We've got 10 wins, we've got 10 losses, we've got 6 draws with 36 points. We're 19 points away from Aston Villa in 4th. We're 14 points away from Tottenham in 5th. And we're 8 points away from United in 6th. And now you might think to yourself, 8 points is not that much, but this team is up and down. It's inconsistent. They drew with Brentford yesterday. They aren't always serious, bro. They switch it on and off. So don't even think, oh, we can catch United. Can we? Can we really, bro? I'm not sure about that. So, yeah. The reason I say our season is dead is because Carabao Cup, we had a golden chance to win that. And a golden chance to end a 24-month drought of no trophies. But we failed to do that. In the league, we're 11th, like I said. And I gave the gaps to 4th, 5th, and 6th. So probably not going to get to qualify for European competitions such as the Conference League, the Europa League, or the Champions League. That's not happening probably. In the FA Cup, we did beat Leeds 3-2 during the week. However, when you look at it, even if we beat Leicester in the quarterfinal in 2 weeks' time, which I expect us to do, we're going to have to play either Man City or Newcastle, Liverpool or Man United, or we'll play Wolves. Now, let's say our possible opponents after the Leicester game are Wolves, Man City, Liverpool. Man City would beat us. Liverpool would beat us. Wolves, I think they beat us at their ground earlier this season, and then when we played them at home, we definitely got beat by them 4-2. So there's not even the possibility for us to say, oh, we'll definitely beat them. No, we wouldn't definitely beat them. Maybe we will, but we also could lose to them. So when you look at that, no trophy from Carabao Cup, no trophy from the Premier League, no trophy from the FA Cup. We're not in a European competition like the Europa League right now when we can at least do something. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. And at the point where we are right now, what are the incentives for fans to engage with the club, to go to the stadiums, right? To go to the stadium for home games, to go to away stadiums for away days. Like, what are the motivations for doing that? What are the incentives? Because it's not looking good for us in terms of league position. That's number one. Number two, not only is it not looking good in that department, but performances as well. They leave a lot to be desired. So what would they be pulling up to games for exactly? Then for all the folks watching from home, all around the world, right? Some people in your Asian countries, right? In your North American countries, South American countries, right? People living in Australia, New Zealand who support Chelsea, right? Who are getting up at odd hours, right? Or even staying up until odd hours to watch the games. What are they getting out of it? People like me who don't necessarily have to stay up very late or get up very early to watch Chelsea, but who have things to do like uni work, or maybe someone's an entrepreneur, or maybe someone's still in school, or they have other hobbies that they put, how can I say, they have hobbies that they prioritize. Those types of people, what is the incentive for them to watch games? There isn't really, other than them just fulfilling their duty as loyal fans of the club. There's no incentive to watch the games. Fact, there is no incentive, And when you have that kind of feeling around the club, I feel that what happens is over time, people disengage, people stop watching matches, and the owners will take a revenue hit because people will probably stop going to games, and people stop tuning into games, people stop watching, people stop purchasing merchandise, right? So they stop going to the home games. people around the world stop watching. Maybe Chelsea get a little bit less TV money. Then you also get people not buying products such as the training tops, the official match kits, the first kit, the home kit, sorry, the away kit, the third kit. They don't buy the merch anymore. They're disengaging in that way. That I think that's what could possibly happen if we continue going the way we are going right now. That's what I see fans doing in order to show the owners that they're not happy with this. Because these owners seems as though as long as Chelsea's doing well financially, they're okay with that. Because the level of underperformance that they will accept is very crazy, bro. It is very, very crazy. And it must be stopped. And if it isn't stopped, then I think the fans will take action to hit the pockets of the owners. So it's up to them what they want. Do they want to give their fans what they want and need? A competitive team that will win trophies? And fans who are just going to support and support and support, buy your merch, make sure the season tickets are sold out, people are tuning in more than ever, right, to watch Chelsea games. Is that what they want? Or do they want people to disengage because what they're seeing on the pitch is not good enough? It's up to the owners. And they're the only ones who can make the structural changes needed within the club for us to change our direction and to start doing better. But if they don't do that, we'll just continue to be dead food, bruv. We'll just continue to be dead food. It's not looking good. It's looking like we're washed. But anyways, until next time, I'll see you people. Peace.